What's happening, everybody? Welcome back and thanks for watching. So we've had some new subscribers, so if you're new to the channel, I just want to say welcome. I hope you find some value in my videos or some entertainment. If you're not new, if you've been with us for a while, make sure that you go and check your subscription, or if you got notified, then you're still subscribed. But I've had a couple of people say, hey, we were subscribed and now we're not getting our videos. And then they went back and subscribed again. We have lost a few. I think I haven't deleted anybody. I don't know what's going on, but make sure you guys check your subscription and subscribe if you have to again. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just basically to let YouTube know that you want to see more of my videos. Let's see here. We do have quite a bit to still do. We got a lot done last video, and we're gonna work diligently today, almost all day. It's 11 o'clock. I'm probably gonna work until like 6 or something like that to try and go over a bunch of stuff that we still need to do. I still haven't gotten any parts in as far as the return line. I might go grab a regular hose instead of the AN line just to get the fuel system completed and change that fuel pump again. But let's see here. I want to thank Robert Whitlich. I hope I didn't screw your last name up, Robert. He got one of our stickers. I helped build Gavin's Eclipse stickers. They were on eBay. They have been on eBay for a long time. I've sold a few of them, but eBay no longer deals with PayPal. So I took them down off of eBay. If you want one, they're $5, and hit me up in the comments, because I'm not going to be selling them on eBay anymore because of the whole trying to fight back and forth, the fees and everything. By the time the eBay takes their fees out and then I ship or I send it, it's going to cost me like $1 to send or something like that. It's only like $2 or $3 that that actually goes into the car. So hit me up in the comments if you want one. I'll send you one. No big deal. We'll do Cash App or PayPal or something like that. Anyways, let's see here. What do I got on the docket for today? Looks like, well, I'm going to try and get that over fender off because I put a little bit of fuel in it last time I was out here, and it did leak a little bit, so I've got to reseat that hose. So I'm going to take that over fender off and make sure that the fuel filler tube is connected properly. I'm going to try and sand down and fix and, well, maybe not paint. I don't have my gun here, but we're going to definitely try and fix up the area down here and get the end caps on so that we can put the carbon fiber splitters on. Let's see here. Fuel pump swap, put air ride back together. The air ride's pretty much all together. I have to do the height sensors. I'm going to try and do that today also. I think I have one of the conical bits to mount the height sensors. I want to get it on the ground, push it out and wash it. It's getting kind of really dusty and kind of shabby. I want to wet sand the whole thing and shoot one more coat of that Glamour Clear that I got. I want to make sure that that's all nice, and we're going to touch up a few spots on the paint and get it re-cleared. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys get value in my videos. Some of you have been watching for a really long time, and I appreciate that. Whether it be interesting or um, entertaining, or I don't really do a lot of how-to or educational style videos. It's just more like me working and kind of like sped up through that portion. If you guys want more like how-tos, I know we're almost done with the car, but I want to be a little bit more engaging with my videos. So we're going to work on that a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you guys want a little bit more of like a how-to or educational type of question and answers or videos or whatever. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much basically all I've got written down. Like I said, I want to thank Robert for putting some chipping in some money towards the completion of my build. And if you guys want anything from me, let me know. I did post on a couple of pages that I'm in part of the group for some help. I hopefully am going to get, a couple of extra knowledgeable hands to help me push this thing over the finish line. Like I said, I do still need a few parts, so we're going to get into that here pretty quickly. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. So without further ado, I guess we're going to have to just jump right in and get some work done today. Let's get after it. All right, this is a bummer. I've got this height sensor. It's really awesome, goes up and down. I drilled and put rib nuts in the chassis so that we could mount this, and it would attach to the suspension and go up and down. It's a height sensor, level E-level plus from AccuAir. But I don't have any long bolts to put in there to attach it to. So I need to run and grab some longer stainless steel bolts so that we can make it the extra probably inch to go into the rib nut. So the rib nut goes into the chassis, and then this goes on, and then that doesn't make it a little too short But yeah, so we're going to take off real quick. We're going to go run and grab some longer bolts so that we can attach these. And we're also going to try and grab a fuel return line. If I can get the fuel return line, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money and try and get AN lines. I'm gonna redo the fuel system in this thing, but I'm just going to try and get like a bulk fuel hose so that I can attach it to the tank and attach it to the pressure regulator. That way we can get some fuel circulating through the whole system. If I can do that today, we might be able to try and start it, but it's already 12:30. I've been at this for an hour and then realized that I didn't have the right long enough bolts. So we're going to rush out and grab them, and we'll be right back.
One eternity later.
All right, we did some running around. We got a whole bunch of nuts and bolts. We got some return fuel line. So I'm going to try and get that on. And I'm going to try and mock up. I got some L brackets and some hose clamps and a whole bunch of nuts and bolts. So we're going to try and mock them height sensors up. I already drilled the holes and got the 2 rib nuts in the back. Now I got longer bolts to go through the height sensor. So we're going to try and get that on. Cut that bigger so I can access the hose clamp that goes over that fill neck. And I got the height sensor installed, the arm. Now this is probably going to be temporary. I got a little hose clamp on there with an L bracket, but that'll allow us to test it out and make sure it's all awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put the tire back on. I do need to still bleed the brakes, but I can do that with the tire on, so I'm going to go ahead and put this right back together now.
tomorrow.
All right, so as you can see, we have got this thing all torn apart again. I'm putting on the height sensors, but yesterday my phone filled up, so I wasn't able to record any of the well, let's back up a second. My phone filled up and I wasn't able to record any more videos. I did get quite a bit of content yesterday. So today I went and cleaned up a lot of my phone. Today we're gonna get back into it and hopefully finish up the height sensors. And I got a return line yesterday, so I want to get the fuel return line installed also. I think after the return line is done, we can try and start it. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. I'll go over everything. But this is all the wires that needs to be put in for the height sensors. So we're gonna dive right into this and get jamming out on it and try and get the height sensors finished up. I've got both height sensors on this side put on. This one I still have to connect to the control arm, but the height sensor is installed. So we're going to go on the other side, try and get the other two height sensors put on. The backs are a little bit easier than the fronts. The front I'm kind of fighting with placement to attach to the actual suspension. I think I can do it on the fork, being that I'm not using the mount right there. I'm pretty sure I just got to find something that I can put there to mount the height sensor little rod to. So we're going to jam out on that and hopefully get that done today. And if we can get the fuel pump swapped out and the return line on, then I can put the shelf back in and put it back down. I've already done the rewire back there, so in theory, we won't have to mess with that again. Yeah, so I don't really have anything to do but do it. So let's get into it. All right, well that looks good. Now let's go fight with the front one for a bit. You know what, and just for the sake of time and storage on my phone, we are going to just get this done right now. All right, we got that done. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's all in there real nice. I still have to undo these P-clips and run the sensor wire through there, but it's all done. Looks really good. And now we're going to jump into let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to run the return fuel line, and we are going to check and see make sure that the fuel pump is working correctly. So let's get into that. All right, so now that we got the height sensor done, we are going to put the over fender back on, and we are going to tighten up the fuel filler neck. So I think that's done. We can mark that off the list. And we still have to do, I'm going to go ahead and bolt this the rest of the way back up. Oh, shoot. I needed to put another, oh man. Okay, so that's what you get when you get into a rush. I needed to put another rib nut here so that we could do the 3 rib nuts to hold that fender on. When I was pulling it apart, I screwed up that one. So yeah, we need to pull that off real quick. Dang it. Too much of a hurry. I'm trying to get shit done. I am a little nervous about time. I want to try and get this thing to my son as quickly as I can. He leaves for college in about 3 weeks. And I honestly don't think we're going to be done in 3 weeks. We still need a bunch of money for parts and time to put them on. So I'm a little nervous. I'm going to do everything I can to get this thing done. But I can't rush it, because then shit's going to be like this and I'm going to end up doing stuff twice. All right, well. I mean, that only took a couple of minutes. And it's only going to take me a couple of minutes to put the rib nut in there. And now I'm fighting with Yep, now I'm fighting with it. Now I got it on there. Now it don't want to come off. Woo! All right. Oh, shit. Damn, trying to break the hatch. All right, where did my rib nuts go? And this needs to be an M6. I believe these are those. Man, it's very warm out here. It's already over 100 degrees, and it's like 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the morning. Okay, yeah, that's the M6. Oh, I need to change that too. Which is right under me. Okay, M6, that's this one. I'll take this out real quick. Pop that little bolt out. Or that little pin out, I should say. Slide the M6 in with the nut. Pop the pin back in. And I gotta be really careful with this because I'm not going into metal, I'm going into the little plastic bumper. And I really wanted to be able to make this the best I could. One, two, three. I actually wanted to put like a washer or something behind those to give them a little backing, but I don't know if that would have been the right fix for that. I also wanted to sand that down a bit and retouch up paint it, but we can do that later. And boom, boom. Everything looks done. We'll get the hose clamp. Put this back on. And of course, I don't know why, but I shoved the light back in. There we go. Now we have time to fit the lip down, or we have room to fit the lip back down in it. All right. Nice and easy. Ooh, holy shit, I said easy. All right, that looks good. That looks real good. All right. Now, like I said, I got to be real easy with these. Because these ones are not in metal. And I'm still in a hurry. I did all that. And here's the hose clamp that goes on the hose that we just put on. So thank God we can take this apart and reach it back over. But man, I need to slow down a little bit. Stop stressing out and just do it right. Okay, so according to the install guide, front driver side is sensor 1, front passenger side is sensor 2, rear driver side is sensor 3, and the rear passenger side is sensor 4. So let's go ahead and get working on the wire harness to all of the sensors, and that way we can get the wheels and tires back on, and hopefully I'll get the return line done, and then we can set this on the ground and fire it up, and the E-Level Plus computer should start going up and down and figuring out where it needs to be and learn what it's doing, and then we'll adjust the ride height. And well, we better do that before we plug it in and do the learning cycle. But I'm excited. We're getting quite a bit of stuff done today, even though it doesn't really look like it. We are. And yeah, so let's get after it.
One eternity later.
All right, well, I turned off the camera for a little while trying to save. I don't have very much room on my phone. So what we did was we went ahead and installed all the wire harness for the I'm trying to break the dang clip. For the height sensors, I went ahead and finished up with the fuel pump. I do have a small fuel leak. I tried pressurizing the system. We got 40 pounds. I'm excited. But I do see a little bit of a fuel leak. So I'm going to go in there and snug that last little bit up. And then I think I'm going to call it a day early today because I'm exhausted. And I kicked my own butt at the gym last night. And I'm kind of hurting. And crawling up and underneath and getting in weird positions is kind of not fun today. But I'm excited because we did get all the height sensors put on. We did get the fuel return line put on. We didn't have to. I took the fuel pump apart, made sure everything was good, and cycled the motor, and it did kick on. So we don't have to change the fuel pump. That's awesome. I went ahead and put the spark plug wires on. I didn't really try and start it yet. I just primed the system, cranked it over a couple of times, put the spark plugs on, cranked it over a couple more times. It started to spit and sputter, and I turned it off because I really don't want it to start just yet. I did smell, exhaust. It was firing and in the right order, so I'm sure it'll start. But we still got to do the rest of the clean up and button up the fuel line and all of the lines underneath the car. We have to P-clip them up, make them all really awesome and out of the way. And yeah, I think that's all we got left to do as far as the height sensors go. Well, I mean, I still have to make the rods for the fronts. The backs they're done. So yeah, hopefully next time we come out, we're going to be getting this thing on the ground and making it dance and doing the computer learning. I mean, it's already after 2 o'clock now, but maybe if I get all the P-clips up in there, actually, I don't really need the wires up. We already did the return line. We already did all. Yeah, if I can get this thing on the ground in the next hour or so, we'll make it dance today. We'll get all the measurements and get everything all adjusted, and see if we can't get the ride height and the full droop and full raise squared away today. I don't know if I should plan on that next time we're out here, because I don't know if I want to stay here for another 2 hours or 2 or 3 hours. I'm hurting. So we're gonna call it a day, and yeah. So I appreciate you guys watching and going through it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, check that subscribe button. Make sure that you guys are getting the notifications. It doesn't cost anything. It just lets YouTube know that you want to see more of my content. And yeah, make sure that that button clicked and the bell notification. And we'll see you in the next one.